Alright everyone, new week, new Odyssey. What have we got? Perma Squad. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this already, I don't know why. Oops, there we go. They claim to stick around for the long haul, so the balloons better watch it. Perma Spike Squad? Is that what they're talking about? Anyway, the maps look okay. They're not terrible, but they're okay. You know, these last two, I'd say out of all of them, I'm least confident on... Ooh, between these two, it's a bit of a tie, because Underground is nice-ish. It's definitely more overlapping than Dark Castle is, so I feel like it's easier to place towers on this map, but I'm used to this map. Anyway, let's have a look and see what we got. Oh, fuck. Alright, cool. Balloons better watch it. Alright, so 300% balloon and mow up speed straight out the gate, and yet they're treating it like nothing's happened. Hard standard 6 to 40. Hedge, hard standard 3 to 60, no selling. That seems simple enough. Moon landing, hard impoppable 6 to 70. Abilities are shit. Underground, hard standard 6 to 70. And Dark Castle, hard standard 20 to 80. Okay, that's not terrible. That is very doable. Scrapyard will be interesting on the 300% speed, but what towers do we get? Get out of here. Ah, I see. Cool, so it is a perma-spike based Odyssey. We're gonna pick Quincy because I hate this hero. Oh, would I prefer Etienne? What were the maps again? I think I would prefer Etienne actually, never mind. Etienne seems like my guy. May as well take one of each at least. Seems smart to grab extras of everything that isn't a village, and I mean, there's literally nothing else for me to pick from, so let's just start it. Start it and see how we go. They stick around for the long haul, so the balloons better watch it. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Permacharge and Glaive Lord stick around for the long haul? Do they? Super Brittle sticks around for the long haul? I suppose that makes sense. Comanche Commander? I don't know about that one. I mean, the helis are more permanent. Pop and all. I don't understand what sticking around for the long haul means. In this case, like the permaspike, I understood that. Is it just things with the word permanent in it? Or periodically? Oh yeah, it has permanent rapid fire. Maybe it's just ones with the word permanent in it. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I don't fucking get it. I thought I was drawing some parallels there, but it doesn't look like that. I mean, technically those are permanent. Permacharge. What's this called? Super Brittle. It's not permanent brittle. Can freeze and pop leads and camos. Lose camo properties. I guess that's a permanent change. Village is just permanent in its use. Alright, so how the fuck do we do this? I'm gonna start like that, and I'm probably gonna lose some lives. Yep, figured as much. It's a little difficult to organize that. Maybe over here instead? I'm still gonna swap hands. Just so that we're throwing at the balloons rather than away from them. That seems a little better. Okay. Second one down. Second one down. Okay. I feel like this is more manageable now. We have two, but at the same time we're still losing lives, so terrifying, you know. Maybe Quincy would have been a better choice. We all know he doesn't miss. Why did I want him to throw that way? Never mind. I take it back. Yeah, holy shit, there go my fucking lives. Maybe that's the permanency. God damn. Although, to be fair, all the other maps do look kinder with the modifiers given, so I'm not too annoyed by that. Do we have any ways to make our lives back? Not that I can tell. Okay, that should be fine. That's also fine. I'll come back. Oh, maybe it won't. I just want to get Etienne on the field. Etienne will go on the field, probably go here just to help out early on, and then also be cleanup for later. Bang! Fuck. Okay, there we go. Now I feel safer. But we also need camera detection, we also need lead popping power, we need all sorts, essentially. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay, okay. Come on, Etienne, you fucking suck. I'm thinking Spike Factory is like a must. I'm just gonna do this. Seems smart to have just at the ready forever. God, yeah, put that down. Whew. Okay, I feel safe now. Well, not safe, but better off. Also, I really hope you guys can't hear it raining right now, because that shit be loud. Like, it's not the heaviest rain we've had, but it's a little fucking annoying. It's just a little bit annoying. Also, I hope my parents are alright. They're out in this rain at the moment. Not like on foot. I just mean they're driving in this rain at the moment, and it's pretty intense rain. I hope they are safe and sound. Anyway, work today. I mean, it was perfectly fine for me, nothing wrong on my end, but essentially because Thursdays are now super low volume days in terms of work that we have to get done, and like orders that we have to fulfill. They've only, at the moment, they're only rostering like essentially what is half a team to do Thursdays. So instead of the line having a person at every station, it was a person at like every other station. And that part honestly wasn't terrible. That part didn't have a whole lot of struggling going on, right? I personally was at the start of the line making boxes. But I was also told that if I had a chance to help out anyone at any point in time, like if things were getting backed up and I could help out, then do it. But nobody should feel like I am obliged to, or that should be my first priority. Like, my first priority should and always would be box making, right? Keep the line producing, keep things going, right? But, yeah, I was told to help out where I could, obviously. Because of the lack of people they've rostered on for us. Also, how the fuck am I going to defeat this mob? Has anyone other than me thought about that? I'm thinking turbocharge. Even though the mob is 300%, I'm thinking turbocharge, I'm thinking Etienne's ability, and I'm thinking stomping the rest of the balloons into oblivion with this. I hope. It probably won't happen, but maybe I'll stomp them enough to feed them to this factory? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so my priority was making boxes. Every now and then if I had time, which I did every now and then, to help out the people loading things up in the pickers as as well. So I did what I could. I did what I could, where I could, when I could, as the saying goes. But yeah, it was just super funny to me today. Oh my god, shredded. I didn't think it would do that good, but it actually crushed it even with the increased speed. Right, moving on I guess. But yeah, it was just funny because there was so many problems on either side, and I was just comfortably in the middle being like, hey, I got that thing for you that you needed. You're welcome. or I did that thing to make your life a little easier. No worries. You know, like, I did feel a little bit bad because I couldn't help even more, but at the same time, it's like my boss had sort of outlined earlier, like, that's not my role. It's not what I should be doing, essentially. So yeah, it was interesting, but it's quite funny as well, because I feel like most of the job roles, yeah, I guess the roles would be more accurate. Most of the roles in my workplace, I am capable of fulfilling. You know, like, if they want me on the line picking, I can do that. If they want me on the other side of the line loading up the line, I can do that. If they want me making boxes, I can do that. If they want me working on our other projects that we run alongside the line, I can do that. If they want me helping everyone out everywhere, I can do that. If they want me on dispatch, I can't do that. That's the one thing I haven't been taught, and I don't think I'll ever get taught. But overall, I cover a wide variety of bases, right? And it's just funny because me personally, box making and loading, my favorites, right? And so when I'm on box making and I'm helping out the loaders, I'll notice the problems more quickly, which is quite funny because essentially the biggest fuck up you can make as a loader is putting the wrong item in the wrong area and the picker not noticing and picking it anyway. So essentially, if a customer ordered an item, they're expected to get that item. If that item is not loaded up in front of the picker and the picker picks it anyway, they're not getting the item they wanted, they're getting something completely different that probably doesn't match with the rest of what they ordered, right? And then it's a whole ordeal of how long ago did this happen, how many customers could have been potentially affected. We're going to have to isolate those customers' orders and go through them to try and find out who may or may not have been affected by this, right? So it's a massive ordeal that typically happens at the end of the day, but it's a big problem when it happens. It's called a misload. Very straightforward name. But yeah, it's called a misload. Generally, those are the last words you ever want to hear as a loader. The loaders today heard that 3 times. And 2 of those times I pointed it out. Even though I'm just chilling doing my own thing making boxes at the start. Because I'll hear whispers about like, oh hey, this item's missing. And then someone will go, oh that's weird, usually we don't run out of that item. Oh well. And I'll go, oh fuck. Okay. So there's been many situations like this in the past, and it happens to me all the time as well. Like, I'm not saying I'm exempt from this, because I've experienced this a lot as a loader, and I think the reason why I'm so good at my job as a loader is because I've made a lot of those same mistakes over and over again, so now I know to double, triple check everything, right? And so when I hear, oh hey, we ran out of this, oh, that's weird, we don't normally run out of this, and no one's told us we were going to run out of this today. Usually they can sort of see ahead of time, you know, because they'll order something, we won't get enough of it, and they'll be like, oh, they didn't provide us with enough, so you're going to run short, right? So usually we'll get a heads up ahead of time, but obviously if we don't get a heads up about it and it's a problem, then we're like, oh, is this actually a problem, or did we fuck something up, right? I feel like 9 times out of 10 we fucked something up. So everybody else is off looking for these items, and I'm just on boxes just being like, you know what? I'm sure they'll find it. I work with competent people, sometimes. I think they've got this, right? They'll either find the item, or they'll be like, no, we definitely don't need it, or we do need it, and we weren't told about it, so we're gonna put those boxes aside for now, and then find out what we can put in those boxes as a substitute, right? And so then I'm thinking to myself all these positive things, and then like 20 minutes go past, and the person still needs that item, and I'm like, okay, so they're still looking for it? That doesn't seem good. So then I think to myself, right, because, you know, there's not as many people on the line, it takes a little bit longer for people to get through the workload because they're having to do multiple racks at once. I'll make as many boxes as I can, as quickly as I can, and then when I've built up enough to sort of occupy them, I'll go have a look for this item and see if I can find it, right? Because honestly, the amount of times as a loader, I've gone, I don't know where this item is, it's fucking missing, we need more, I'm gonna go, you know, start looking into a substitute, right? I'll tell someone else, they'll get a fresh set of eyes on the situation, and they'll be like, hey, dumbass, it's right there. Right? And it happens to every loader. Every single one of them. Right? No one's exempt from that shit happening to them. It's just commonplace, right? At some point in time, you fuck up a bit, and you go, oh, where's this? I don't have it, I definitely don't have it, and then someone's like, hey, look down. And it's like right at your fucking feet. Right? So that happens quite a bit, but yeah, so I was like, oh, you know, maybe my fresh set of eyes would be able to help the situation, and I'll see something that these guys can't, and, you know, maybe it'll save us, sort of thing. And I couldn't find it, but I found an excess of a different item that had a similar name, and I'm just looking at it like, oh god, don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me. And so then I go to where the similarly named item is on the line. I take the item off, and I look at it, and I'm like, that's not the item that's meant to be there. That's the item they're all looking for, and it's been put in the wrong spot. Bear in mind that by this point in time in the day, the loaders and the line lead have already suffered from 2 other misloads, and so I'm about to casually stroll up to them and be like, hey, guess what? There was another one. It was pretty horrible. Not for me, because we've got this sort of situation where it's like, if there's a fuck up, then the person who caused the fuck up, or the people that caused the fuck up, have to fix it, right? So if there's a misload, then the loaders are at fault for putting it in the wrong spot, and the pickers are at fault for not checking the item when it came to them, right? Because they have a sheet they can refer to that should tell them what item should be in which spots on their racks, right? Very simple, very straightforward. New item comes down, you look at your sheet, you look at the name of the item that just came down, you grab one of the items from the crate and go, hey, this says the same thing as my sheet does, and it's in the same spot. Tick. That's the right item. Ding, 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 all's good, right? But if a loader just vaguely looks at the sheet, goes, yeah, that's some of the words are the same, throws it down. The picker looks at the sheet, yeah, some of the words are the same, starts chucking it in the boxes and shit. It's like, holy shit. the amount of extra effort we have to put into fixing them is just crazy. There we go. But yeah, it's like triple the amount of work than it would have just been to double check the label the first time around. Oh, it's just painful. But yeah, I managed to catch 2 misloads today. It was a little bit too late for both of them, but you know, at the very least, I stopped it from getting worse. So that was a fun time. Anyway, that's been Perma Squad Part 1. Part 2 will feature these 3 maps, and as always, will be coming out tomorrow after my dinner date. So might be a little bit later than this one came out today. But yes, that's been Perma Squad Part 1. No monkey knowledge needed so far. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and have a great rest of your week, everybody. Bye-bye.